So, seems like they just opted for a full restart now. Very well. Don't know what happened there, but teams apparently agreed to it. So, we'll roll with it. 10 minutes full on the clock as his first joust goes out for a second time. As Boop takes us away from the corner, juking around 3 different defenders, trying to look for a corner pass not received by Dazzy down there. So, a possession here being momentarily lost. Going to be contested by Eris. Good punch by Braymore, however. So Braymore dodging around the Geo, gets the pass off just in time before being stunned. Boop goes to barrier with a soft pass, playing that assist game again. Braymore ducks through. Going to look for a soft one up there to the top, bouncing off the ceiling, taking it as joke. But no joke on the stuns. Plenty of them going out, and another clear as some boosts come out for these two teams, Braymore and Boop, right on the other side for the collection. Yeah, I believe you, Blenders. I do. You were correct about the J.H.F.T.B pronunciation. So, you know, you're 1 for 1 or 2 for 2, I guess, given this one. But yeah, single shot, solid shot. Man, a lot of names I'm just trying to keep on top of this season and make sure I not only remember the rosters, but start remembering the actual pronunciations right. Now, Frogio, I know I'm pronouncing, well, not pronouncing right, wow. So, I'm good. All good on the Western Front. Eastern Front, because this is a EU game. Here comes Emil along the way to Ares, and there's the first 2 points for a second time, sort of, but this time for Vibers after that restart. So, benefiting them off of it. Oh, Blender's saying he works with Beka. Interesting. So in real life, you know the guy. All right, W.J.H.F.T.B. I will continue to say the full thing. No, halfway here. As BK takes it away. Vibers with a chance on more offense. Quick shot just through the hands of Dazzy, but luckily for Dazzy and his team here, not being scored on. So another deep one. That's going to go pretty close to the goal, just a little bit too much to the left. So taken back by Emil as the patience comes into play, waiting for the positioning to unfold. Emil recognizing the pass in the tunnel, not quite able to get there. So Braymore takes this one away. There you go. 3 minutes expired so far in this first round. BK looking for that ramp shot, bowling ball, maybe not. Very close, however. So Boop looking for a careful clear. If he can, he saw the defender there, made him double clutch in the midline, so had to throw it a little bit high. But BK takes us away. Good cross pass, but couldn't convert on the shot. So Dazzy now receives that one, but a backfield, midfield player, Frogio, taking it right back for the Vibers. So now Ares takes this disc. And trying to meet his forward stack on that boost, but a great dive from Braymore now, and he'll get the clear. So as these boosts come underway, outside the bubble, it gets sent by Ares there. Braymore retains disc, and now Boop spreading off for a pass attempt. Bit strong, but luckily off the wall, he'll still receive it. And now just has Ares to contend with as a pass goes out, but Joke just turning his head last second there, so it looks like a turnover going in favor of the Vibers. But just as I say, that's Dazzy with a dazzling hands and the dazzling moves, but maybe gets dizzy, so Dazzy loses his disc. All in a volley here as the volley for the disc, and Boop's getting it first. A lot of punches coming out. Open goal for Emil. Couldn't convert on that one, but a couple players there. BK slap shot, also a bit off. Still retaining the disc. One more time. Great pass to the barrier, the nest. Ares looking for his anchor, but the anchor cannot find the bottom of the goal. One more attempt here. Ares juking, looking for a passing play. BK can't get that one, so taken away, sent away. Braymore to the midfield. And bottom ramp once more. If they can manage to retain it, the goal is in fact open once again. So they have some options. There's Ares looking one more to BK. And trying to pave the way, but Boop diving out from that corner. Tough angle on the shot. Emil, one more, but Braymore now is saved. So some of these missed offensive opportunities, some of it just great defense from W.J.H.F.T.B. Now maybe getting free for a shot that almost went off the pyramid on the backboard. Couldn't quite get that. So only 2 points here. We're already 5 minutes plus expired on this first round. Not a lot of scoring going on. Right now, Boop trying to change that with that pass, but losing the handles. And right now trying to unravel the defense there in the goal. You see Choke just bothering Frogio, attempting to. The shot there off from Boop. And Braymore takes this now. You see the defensive coverage is very nice. That was a great looking save, but unfortunately the rebound to Joke. So despite that nice defense from Vibers, W.J.H.F.T.B happy to take this point after about 3:39 expired on that entire series of plays. So it's tied up here. There's less than 4 minutes left in this first round. And Emil does take this disc, sends it to an upside down player up there, BK. Emil now cross pass over to the side. One more delivery, but Boop, anticipating that nicely, gets the stun and therefore denies the chance at the cross pass offense. So BK, good reset to Frogio. Frogio has proven himself to be a nice defender over here in EU and for his team on the Vibers. And that one, possibly the easiest save that he'll get today. Not too much of an issue there. And now looking for a boost. Boop is there first. Frogio is not far behind. And a pocket clear gets into the hands eventually. Actually, maybe the head. And now into the tunnel. So grabbed one more time by Boop. He'll take the immediate shot with confidence. Couldn't quite make the first attempt, but will still get the disc right on back. Hesitates for a moment, gets it to Braymore. Braymore going high, but for the save off the ding, the grab rather, not the save, but dinging off and getting the grab. Couldn't convert the shot. Another quick attempt. Emil receiving that one back to Dazzy. Some more back and forth, kind of frazzled play, just all in a disarray, based off some tight defense, admittedly, too. Just playing the passing lanes quite nicely and not giving them the easiest opportunities or much time to work with whenever passes are sent. That one just going to barely graze the corner of the barrier, still taken back by Emil. So these teams getting their own rebounds, and oh, good grab from Braymore. His defense has been very, very handy here in multiple senses for his team. So good job on his part. BK getting stunned out, and Braymore the chance at the offense and finally capitalizing on a goal. So that one almost 2 minutes into the round, into the joust, and another goal here. Very low scoring, 4-2. There's a 1:46 left in the first round here. So quarterbacking and momentarily unbothered sends a deep pass over to Aries. He will be bothered rather quickly by that stack from mid. But Emil looking ahead, knows he has a teammate. There's BK trying to find a bouncer, going to take some awkward ones, but Frogio comes away with it. So maintaining control here and looking pretty good on some of this team play are the Vibers. They're making all the right passes to all the right places and finding it there in the bubble, right in place for the tie. So 4-4 with about a minute left now.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
So launching off a Boop attached to the back, getting a light boost. Not as fast as he would have liked, but maybe just enough to still buy them a goal. There's a punch on a goalie, but a punch on a Boop as well. So the stack from Aries and Emil doing well to get back to the front line. So both teams here looking to recover. Very contested situation. One goal here from either side will very likely seal it for the first round. So let's see here. Aries looking, had a briefly open goal, but was stunned in the very last second there. Aries looking to BK, missing the pass there. Joke trying to dive out of this as it's taken away by Braymore. He'll send it over. Now could be a heroic effort on this shot. Maybe it's going to be a tough one. Does not sail through. So OT we're going to go right to it. Good way to start this round, this game. So here we go. Overtime, sudden death, 2 minutes on the clock. You can see Braymore and Boop lining up on one end. And on the other, here comes the Vibers trying to contest. That's a quick headbutt play. Excellent reception, collection, and ejection into the goal to buy themselves the first round win. W.J.H.F.T.B looking mighty quick and efficient on the overtime joust. And I always say it, how uncanny it is that we get these really quick wins in overtime, these game enders. They usually happen within those first 10 seconds quite often. So for all the things that teams are definitely exceptionally skilled at in Echo these days and plan for, it seems like just my observation over these last few months is that teams still not really prepared for these overtime situations. In terms of defensively, especially how to handle losing the joust, because so many of these, like I said, just end up ending within the first 10 seconds of overtime because of these really quick jousts, these 10-second goals, things like that off those headbutt plays. We see them so much. So I think, again, of all the things that teams are great at, overtime defense specifically and just how to handle the overtime pacing, definitely not in the wheelhouse of a lot of teams. That's you know, from bronze tier all the way to gold and master tiers. You see it at every single level. These very, very quick endings to overtimes all the time. Now, that said, look at the stats real quick. It's Braymore with 4 points, Joke with 2, Aries and Emil with 2 apiece on Viber's side, as well as a pair of saves for Froggy and Emil. Very nice for them. But round 2 is about to start here. So let's go. 1 round taken away by W.J.H.F.T.B. Vibers looking to force a round 3. But they need the win here to keep it going. So down low and to the bottom it goes. There's 4 players all in the bubble for Vibers. Alakos joining us in chat saying hello there. Wow, didn't expect this team. Yeah, Boop kind of coming through in the very, very, very last minute. There was an emergency sub situation. One of these players for W.J.H.F.T.B. had last-minute food poisoning. Going in there for a nice shot attempt, but even a better save. There's the man himself, Boop. Takes that one away. Looks for an approach, and Boop, even on the other side, gets a shot off at a good, gentle boost. So Boop coming in and maybe skewing the connoisseur system now for people who voted one way or another. But doing some great work for W.J.H.F.T.B. But we saw last round very much a low-scoring one. 10 minutes and only 10 points between these two teams. Going in for the first 2, however, for Vibers. BK it was. So gets them on the scoreboard just the same. You know, last round was very back and forth, and this one looking to stay the same perhaps. So Braymore with Boop attached. They look for that clear and boost. Good punch out by Braymore. Has one available pass up towards the cutting barrier player. Just takes a shot and fortunately for his team does make it. So up by 2 again, W.J.H.F.T.B.
12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2.
So off this PE joust, very aesthetic as they split apart into either tunnel. Kind of fun to watch there as Frogio gets it to Aries. Aries losing the disc off some Geo. Boop and Braymore on the retention of that disc, and they will send it to the other side. Looking for a light grab off this short boost here. You see Dazzy trying to go for the goalie. We saw him do that a little bit last round as well. Boop going for that cross pass nicely and finding off the back the points. So 6-2 favoring W.J.H.F.T.B. We're just here for the badges. They say, well, no, they're just here for the win, perhaps.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Late Toast now stopping in chat as well, saying, go Joke, I'm your biggest fan. Sure, he'll be happy to have some fans there in the chat as that shot goes through, fanning it through the defense as they retreated into goal. So nice look there for Aries, assisted by Emil. 1 point game once again. Very back and forth between these two teams. And yeah, this team, by name anyway, says they're just here for the badges, but they are a six-man roster. I believe Braymore is the newest addition to said roster. And obviously, they do have Boop there subbing for them, and that is no doubt whether he's out of practice or not at times. Still very much top-tier player, as he proved last time he subbed around for Jesters in Week 1. You know, he was a heavy proponent in that win for the Jesters. Right here, trying to contribute to a win on W.J.H.F.T.B's side, and it was Braymore swinging through for a 2.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5.
So 3-point lead after 4 minutes into the second round. Frogio just working it up the floor, not contested by defense immediately, so has time to work it up. Just squeezes that pass through the BK, and they'll find a 3 as a result. There you go, tied up game. 5:49 left in round 2. Vibers starting to come alive, maybe. Looking to build on that three-point shot. But they'll have to do it on the defensive end right here. So right now, a pass going through. They're still kind of going for that short-range boost off the QB. Looks like they got stalled, though, by some of those brawls. Frogio just biding his time inside the goal. There's an assault on it. And now capitalizing for 10 points. Double digits for the first time in this match. Last round it was 10 points total between these two teams. But this time, much, much higher scoring. Late Toast saying he's seen Boop so much on Discord. Yeah, he's currently registered as a league sub. However, Boop, longtime player, has had a lot of success. He's been one of the best European players since 2017. He was there since the beta days as well, and he's competed on many LAN teams, finalist teams. So not someone to shake your stick at unless you want to get bitten or booped, I suppose. But Boop coming here with the disc, dodging around, looking for a pass up towards Braymore, but cut off by Aries. Good stuns off of him. Looking for a deep clear now. That hits corner and bottom of the bubble, as it looks like W.J.H.F.T.B set to retain. So that reception will be had, but Braymore being stunned, so couldn't collect it for too long, and now receiving another pass here is Aries looking for the bounce. Another one of those ramp shots that just has a chance at going in, but is saved by Boop right there at the right time. And now if that shot goes in for him, I wouldn't even be surprised either. But anyway, it will be taken by BK, and just the same, go back to Braymore's hands with an open slot, but now Emil diving in the last second for a good save. So taken away here, back past the Frogio, and there you go. Alvin 2000 in the chat saying who won round 1. So if you look in up by the team names at the top of the screen, that number, that smaller number that's right next to the team names, that's how many rounds they've won. So you can see 1 there for W.J.H.F.T.B, and you can see the 0 for Vibers. Just for future reference, of course, I think in the future I probably could just adjust that and actually label it clearly so it says round wins or something like that. But just for reference, it'll show up there. But yeah, it was a 6-4 victory, as Alakos points out, and it occurred in overtime. About 10 seconds or so into overtime, probably less. Now Vibers, Aries here on the approach. They have a chance to tie it up again, but the pass too far off to the left. Maybe a chance at retention, and indeed. So Aries looks bottom to BK. BK getting stunned. Conveniently floats back to Aries as he goes bottoms for a pass. Now that's going to be a double dive from the goalies and resulting in the double points for Emil. 10 apiece, 2.5 remaining in round 2.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3.
Just getting a look here at the defensive joust for Vibers as they go out. Just kind of sending a 1-by-1 off of that stack. Boop here with a good tap pass, but Dazzy just couldn't quite collect that one. There was some defense about to bother him, so maybe focused a little too much on the players. Understandable. So Braymore here. Oh, the nice punch from Braymore. Just as the goalie's getting bothered heavily and taking the 2-point lead now late. Under 2 minutes left. And 12-10 for W.J.H.F.T.B.
11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5.
Ant Gas as well, stopping by in the chat. Good to see Ant. Having some discussions there with Lake Toast. See if these guys can make the most of this offensive possession. They can tie or take the lead. They're going for the lead. Couldn't quite get it. That would have been huge for the Vibers here with 1:22 remaining. Emil still will get that pass or that rebound back. Now BK with some daring jukes around as he's closed off by some defenders. An anchored shot will be just off the mark there, sailing to the bottom wedge and taken right back by Fragio. So they still have some time, 1:06. Boop is contesting. Too much strength on that pass, but does get it to BK. That's one of the things that I do point out a lot for some newer teams as well, is knowing when to throw the nice touch on the passes. You know, if you're being bothered by the defense, it's easy sometimes to throw a really tough to catch pass, but no tough catch on that one, but Braymore catches it all the same. Great save to maybe buy them a win, especially if this goes in. It does. Boop, capping it off, up by 5 points. That's 2 goals, 40 seconds and less, I think, to come back here. Indeed, 33 seconds on the clock, so Braymore and Boop. Braymore the save, the assist, and Boop the final shot, perhaps. 22 seconds left. That leaves no time for 2 goals. And so as a result, it will be a win here as one more shot goes out for W.J.H.F.T.B. Should call them W.J.H.F.T.W. because they just went for the win. 15-10, round 2, 2-0.
And the round comes to a close.
And there you go. Congrats to W.J.H.F.T.B. and, well, Boop coming in the clutch there as well. Vibers had some great looks and opportunities to tie it up, to take the lead potentially at the end. Couldn't quite convert on it, however, and W.J.H.F.T.B. took full advantage of it. I wonder if chat's tired of me saying the full name yet. W.J.H.F.T.B. But yeah. So you can see those stats there. Some players leaving, but I mean, really strong stat lines. Like from the 2 remaining players there on Vibers, they are filling up every category. You know, points, assists, saves, steals, stuns. Just couldn't come through quite on the win. On the other side, there's 14 for Braymore. He had a huge game, an assist, 5 saves, impressively leading the way. 27 stuns on his team too. Boop with 5 points, 2 assists, 4 saves, 1 steal, 20 stuns, doing a little bit of everything. A Joke with a pair of points and 20 stuns, and Dazzy with a save, a steal, and 12 stuns. So that will be the win for them. Late Toast in there saying, Joke was legit the first person I met in Echo. Well, there you go. Makes sense. It's kind of nice because for me, I don't remember the first person I met necessarily, but I remember the first handful of people that I met, and several of them are still around to date, which is kind of cool. I mean, for instance, Boop over there is one of them. I'm not sure I actually saw him in the game in beta, but well aware of him in the Discord chats. He was definitely known as one of those really strong early players in the beginning where no one knew anything about Echo. There was only a small handful of players who kind of were really known throughout the community for dominating the quick match scene at the time, and especially before match rankings. MMR was part of the pub equation. So, yeah, good old days, eh? And yeah, Late Toast saying tongue twisters too. Get ready. Yeah, bring them on. W.J.H.F.T.B. 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 I'm good at that one. Sort of. I don't know. I know it was Jaywalker from Team Joker. Speaking of joke, it was Team Joker. Were sending me all kinds of tongue twisters over in week 1 with those highlighted messages. Nailed them for the most part. Blenders saying, don't remember the first person I met. A lot of the people I met aren't around anymore. Well, that's sad. Yeah, there's definitely, population-wise, it's definitely come in waves for Echo. Obviously, the beta wave in 2017 for that open beta Then the release wave over in July of that year. You had another wave of players around Christmas time that time, 2017, and then the rest. I don't know. The next wave after that was more of like a gradual one, where you have a lot of these kind of new gen Echo players coming into the mix. So people like Blenders, people like Andy or like Cruisin, just off the top of my head. That was kind of like the middle wave of Echo players, and then you have the next wave, which is the most recent one, and you have some of these guys. I think like Late Toast, right? You're relatively new compared to some of those other players, but finding yourself on a good team, and yeah. You were around in 2017, Blenders? No way. How do I not? I mean, you do change your name an awful lot, so maybe your name's something different. Let me know if so, because I didn't have a lot of interactions with you back then, if you were still named Blenders at the time. When in 2017 was it? Was it like holidays? Because I know that's when we got a really big wave of new players. Was around November, December 2017. There were like Black Friday sales and things like that, and then Christmas, obviously, holidays. A lot of people got in. Blender's saying I didn't play it all. Well, there you go. So that makes sense. All right. VR, Echo VR in the chat saying the good old days, and Bowie saying subs are OP. Well, Boop, definitely a strong player. No doubting that, but it was a close match. I mean, you had overtime in round 1, 6-4, and then the second round ended 15-10. But it was 12-10 in that final like 45 seconds. It only ballooned to 15 after that Braymore save and the Boop shot. But both of them were very close rounds. But yeah, he is a longtime player, and correct, Bowie. He did do ESL, VRL, VRCL even. All 3 seasons of that. And Late Toast saying, I've been around about a year, but only came into comp for the preseason. January 2019. So yeah, there you go. Exactly. You got a lot of these little waves of players coming in to Echo Arena, and it's still growing. It's good to see, but just the same, good to see all those veterans. VR, Echo VR, saying so he's good, he can't sub. That's dumb. Well, I get it in a sense. Thing is, EU has very few subs readily available at any given time. And yeah, we had a discussion, like I had a discussion about this on the stream the other day, as well as the Discord. It's kind of tough finding a balance. You know, we don't want a system where people are able to like abuse subs based on skill level and take big advantages, I suppose. But it's one of those things where because of game population and especially over in Europe, it's kind of a tough balance at times. I think it's probably a formula that can be perfected still, but it's going to have to be left up to a lot of debate and discussion, I think, over time. There's been ideas of ranking subs somehow, maybe on, giving them their own sub MMR based on their win-loss records when they're substituting, things like that. But yeah, I'm not sure. Anyway, before we head off here for this stream, we'll just bring up the schedule really quickly and take a look at that as we see, well, certainly W.J.H.F.T.B and the new connoisseur system, that voting system, beating the odds. Of course, this was before Boop. February 18th, BB, before Boop, but congrats to them on their first win. Later today, we have Milk, who, as we mentioned earlier, is undefeated still, 4-0 on the season against some very capable teams. So Orbit will be a good challenge for them, no doubt. That's going to be a hype game to look forward to tonight. Plenty of people upvoting it as well to be casted, and it surely will. I can promise that. Now, for the rest of the week, you can see some of these highlight matches. It'll be Milk versus Nova. We got Kangarillas and Infinite finally after the reschedule. And Kango versus Instinct also on Friday. That could be very interesting, especially if Kango's beats Infinite, because Kangorilla is also an undefeated team right now in North America with 4 victories. Instinct, another undefeated team. So far, and Instinct has really been the big surprise, I think, for a lot of people. Everyone knew that they were very skilled, but I don't think people expected them to just be, rolling like they have been and 2-0ing these very talented teams like they have been as well. So that'll be fun to watch. We've got the debut of Team Cookie, who, as I saw in the chat, although Team Cookie is a team now, apparently everyone on their roster, according to Duller, are also free agents. So this is kind of a fun semi-casual team they're putting together to play the matches each week, but they're also actually looking for more full-time rosters, so I'll give them a quick shout-out if people are looking for new members. Got Cam Jam, Duller Ranger, Mizuchi, and Filibust on there. So some good experience on that team. But all right, I think that will do it for us. And by us, I mean me. You guys can continue as planned. This has been VR Master League, Week 3. I'm Palidore, and that concludes our European matches for this afternoon, unless we get another last-minute schedule, which wouldn't be a surprise. So until next time, have yourselves a good afternoon and evening, and yeah, take care.